let's get into Kevin Humes. Is that how you pronounce it, Christopher?
Yep.
Kevin Humes, four-star corner. He commits to Maryland. Jason, I want you to start us off on this, and then CD, we'll come to you after because you're the Big Ten guy. Well,
Um,
actually, you're both Big Ten guys, but
is he
CD's my Big Ten guy. So sorry.
is he he's from St. Francis Academy, right? I want to make sure I got that
Yes.
high school right. Yeah. One, love kids from St. Francis Academy, especially as a defensive back. I mean, this is a gritty program that puts out a lot of talent into the college football world. And Coach Locke, I mean, he does a sneaky good job on the recruiting trail. And I think kind of getting outside the recruiting scope, Big Ten conferences or Big Ten divisions going away is going to help Coach Locke a lot because, I mean, bumping their head against Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State. They've always been a team that's competing with us as a Michigan fan. Like, you never want to play Maryland. They always give us a tough game. I think this is a Maryland team that is going to wake a lot of people up because I think Coach Loxley is quietly getting it done on the recruiting trail, just not quite to the extent that Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State are. And so now that the divisions are going away, I think you see this Maryland team make a little bit more noise than I think we've had in the past.
For sure. They've had success in the NFL as well, in the NFL draft. Most recently,
Yes.
Deontay Banks, right at this position of Kevin Humes. This is a big time win. He's a guy that another guy that reclassified from 2025 to 2024. Syracuse got in on him with Fran Brown. We know I like that. If Fran Brown wants you as a DB, I like you as
Yeah.
well automatically. Penn State was obviously been recruiting him for a while. And they've obviously had success. Kalen King and Joey Porter Jr. as of late. USC with D'Anton Lynn got in late as well. And then Florida really went after him too when he reclassified. But yet for Maryland to win him and the in-state guy, you mentioned St. Francis Academy, he's joining his teammate, right? Dejon Williams, another four-star running back, coming to in-state, the Terrapins there. Yeah, this is awesome. He's a guy, 4.4 40-yard dash, 37-inch vertical jump. Yeah, I like his tape a lot. He's pretty explosive in the return game, which I like as a DB to be shifty and acceleration. I like. We obviously know that the caliber of players he's playing is pretty impressive with their schedule that they do play. So he's physical. He makes tackles in the run game. But he is smaller, right? And a little bit younger, and it might take some time developing in 2024, where there is a little bit of a need there for Maryland at cornerback. But regardless, though, this was a big time win, like you mentioned. Mike Loxley is looking to kind of burst through that ceiling that they keep bumping their head on, which you said there. And obviously, this is step one in that.
Yeah, I do want to bring up this as well. Like Maryland, it was in state. Sure, it was in state. Awesome. But there were some really, really great coaches with great track records of coaching DBs and sending them to the NFL that were after him, right? Syracuse is one, right? I mean, Fran Brown over there. You had Penn State, large history of Florida, Deanne Lynn, and he goes to Maryland. But you know what? Maryland has a pretty good track record too. I mean, you mentioned it. Deontay Banks, you got Jacory Bennett, you got Darnell Savage, you got Antoine Brooks, just in the Mike Loxley era. So it's not like Maryland can't develop some DBs either.
It's
So
a sneaky program. Like it's just a program again that doesn't get a ton of talk because they do lose to Penn State, Ohio State, and Michigan. But I think this is a team that once you kind of get out of those divisions, this is a team that I'm really excited for. Again, Coach Locke doing a really good job.
I want you guys to guess how many Maryland players were drafted in the to the NFL last year.
Oof.
You had Raheem Jarrett was one. Did Dante Demas get drafted?
No,
I
Raheem
think he's a
Jarrett did not get
UDFA.
drafted.
He was
Wait, Raheem Jarrett didn't?
He did not get drafted.
Oh, so I was counting both of them. At the DB.
So
Did you
so
have
like the other few are kind of difficult. Offensive line and kicker, right? So it'd be tough to guess those names, right? But five. They had
Oh, I
five
was thinking
drafted
three.
this last
Yeah.
year. That's that is that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's some good talent. And we'll see how they keep that up post Talia Tagovailoa era there at Maryland. But I don't know. I am personally on the train that Billy Edwards stinks, but
Oh,
I don't
why are
even
you
know.
on that train? I'm on the train
I'm
that I
I'm on.
Sorry,
I'm
go
on the
ahead.
Billy Edwards stinks train, right? And and I was a little bit pissed off too because like for my bowl pool, like the confidence points, I loaded it on Auburn, right? Because I'm like Billy Edwards stinks. And also, by the way, he confirmed that belief in that particular game. They just absolutely kicked Auburn's teeth in, like it was absurd. But go on, Jason. Say what
I
you're
am
gonna say.
I'm a little biased, so I went to Wake Forest for undergrad. So Billy Edwards a Wake Forest transfer. So
Uh
there's maybe a little less of like an actual take I have on Billy Edwards, more just he's my guy. I'm hoping that he has some success at Maryland. So we'll see how he. Oh, they had another quarterback come in and kind of dice Auburn
And
up a little
oh,
bit.
it's MJ Morris.
Well, he's
oh,
coming
oh
in
no,
the
no, no.
portal. Who was the player that there was a quarterback that came in like that was throwing some seeds, but I forget his name. But they got a good quarterbacker.
Well, and Loxley's done well there. You also like you mentioned, they're kind of a sneaky program, even recruiting wise. They kind of show up
Yeah.
randomly in like these top 5 graphics. You'll see like
Yes.
these guys post, and like it'll be like the 4 usual suspects, and then Maryland. It's like, okay, where'd they come from? And like even like Jordan Seaton, he showed up. They showed up late. There was a lot of steam for them.
Yep.
Obviously, Dion closed the deal there. You can't fault Maryland for that. But even like Raheem Jarrett, we talked about him a little bit ago. That was a big time win, over I believe LSU and some others in the SEC. Yeah, I like it a lot. And Kevin Humes, back to him, he's also a guy that reclassified. So like he would be a higher rated guy. You see him, he's a low 4-star. He would be a higher rated guy in his original class if he signed a year later from now. So yeah, this is good stuff for them. And they're 32nd nationally, right? In team composite rankings. That's pretty darn good. And that'll have you competing with the rest of college football and able to, kind of keep their head above water in the new Big Ten.
Yeah, so what's the player you were looking for? Cameron Edge? Is that the quarterback
Oh
you were talking
yes,
about?
yes, the
Throwing seeds?
quarterback. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he came in, played some good ball.
yeah. I just pulled up the um video of him dropping a 57-yard dime to Caden Prather.
Yeah.
Wow. So let's just say Billy Edwards will not be playing quarterback, starting quarterback for Maryland next year, right? You got MJ Morris, and then this kid Cameron Edge that Jason just introduced me to. There's no way Billy Edwards is seeing the field next year. I'm sorry. He had his moment though. He won a bowl game.
That's right.
That's
We'll
a
take that.
it's better college football career than I had. So that's freaking awesome. Good for Billy Edwards. All right, good for Billy Edwards. He did not deserve the slack that he got in this video.
No, he did not.